αρχιμηνιά και αρχιχρονιά κτλ. Λοιπόν,
Έτσι, τα ξέρετε.
μεγάλη μας χαρά. Μιχάλη, για χαρά, δώρινα μου.
Για χαρά σε όλους. Χρόνια πολλά.
Πολλά συγχαρητήρια για αυτό που βλέπουμε εδώ πέρα. Είσαι ο μεγάλος κανονιστής, ας το πούμε έτσι. Χρόνια πολλά σε όλους. Να είστε καλά. Αυτό είναι το δωράκι το δικό μας, το Πρωτοχρονιάτικο. Ένας παίκτης, ένας αρχηγός ομάδας Ευρωλίγα, ο Τζον DiBartolomeo της Μακάμπι, είναι μαζί μας. Μιχάλη, πες και εσύ μια εισαγωγούλα και πάμε στην πρώτη ερώτηση στον παίκτη.
Εντάξει, με έκανες και κοκκίνησα λίγο. Πρέπει να κυτρινίσω κανονικά λόγω της ομάδας. Θα νομίζει ο κόσμος ότι ποιος ξέρει τώρα τι μανατζάρο, τι γραφεία και τίποτα τέτοια. Εντάξει, λοιπόν, να σας ευχαριστήσουμε όλους για τη στήριξη. Καλή χρονιά σε όλους. Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ για όλη αυτή την παρέα και όλο αυτό τη δυναμική που μας δώσατε και μας ανεβάσατε φέτος. Λοιπόν, ξεκινάμε, Θανάση.
Ξεκίνα, ρίξει την πρώτη ερώτηση εσύ.
Okay. John, thank you for being with us, first of all.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I honestly believe that Οντεντ Κατας is a very, very good coach with a deep conception of the game and very good ideas, a very strong model, etc., etc. How difficult it is for him to build a strong team whilst losing the key players every year? Maccabi, for some reason, can't keep the main core of the players every year.
Yeah. First of all, yeah, I agree with you. I think Οντεντ is a phenomenal coach. I think he's a high-level coach. I think he's on the rise in terms of coaches in the EuroLeague. As far as keeping talent, Oded's been here. He's going into his third season now, and it's different. I think he would have kept the core of players that he had the past 2-3 years if the situation in Israel is different. Most of the guys that we lost this past offseason all had contracts to stay for another year. I think they all enjoyed being in Israel, in Tel Aviv. They enjoyed playing for ודד. And I think under different circumstances, the core of that team would be here this season. I think this is something outside of ודד and the club's control. This past this core group of guys you're talking about now.
Okay, clear. And the second question is about an ex-player of Maccabi and a bit who left the club to join Panathinaikos some days ago, and he had a debut on Friday. I'm speaking of Ουενιεν Γκάμπριελ. So he was impressive in the first game. He had 6 blocks. He was very, very dominant defensively. What can we expect from him? Is this the standard edition of Ουενιεν Γκάμπριελ, or should we expect something else?
No, I think Ουενιen's going to be very good in Pana. I think you saw that last night. He, even for us, he had a bit of a slow start. He had some injury. There's always an adjustment period, I think, coming oftentimes from the NBA to the EuroLeague. But he was making strides, as far as, I read the media too. As far as I understand, we wanted to keep Ουενιεν. ודד wanted to keep Ουενιεν. But I think, his debut in Pana is a good sign for his trajectory. I think he's going to be very effective there. There's a good spot for him there. And I think you can see more of that. We love Ουενιεν. He's a great guy on and off the floor. And, we wish him the best. I wish him success.
Okay. John, there is always a long talk about changing the EuroLeague format. Do you think the current system works, or would you like to see some changes in the format? Maybe scrap the Final Four and make the semi-finals and the finals a series of games, or not?
It's a good question. It's a tough one for me, because of my perspective. Unfortunately, I've never played in the Final Four. I've always dreamed of it. I've always wanted to. It looks like an amazing event. So it's hard for me to comment after not really being there. I will say the series in EuroLeague the past couple of years have been very exciting and very good. I can only imagine if you were to progress to a semi and a finals, you'd get some amazing games, and you get more playoff games, which at the end of the day, I think all the fans like to see. I will say, however, I go back oftentimes to how long and grueling the season is, and adding more games is also can have a negative effect as well. But again, it's hard for me not ever have been past the first round of the early playoffs.
Okay. The season is in the middle, something like that now. Which team has impressed you so far? Because viewers, just like us, have a different perspective of the game. You are a player, you are more.
Yeah. So I say it's based partially on expectation. There's some teams that you always expect to be strong and to be tough. As far as playing, in game, I was the most kind of impressed, or not, I wouldn't say surprised, was Paris. I knew that they were a strong team. I knew that they had chemistry. I knew they would play well together, and they played fast. But that was one of the in-game moments I was having when we were playing them, and the positions they were putting us in as a team. I felt like it was one of the most challenging games that this season. And not that I didn't expect it to be challenging. It was just even more so than I was expecting. Paris was just kind of clicking on all cylinders, and I felt like they were ahead where I expected them to be.
Okay. One last question from us. What about the Greek teams? What is your opinion of them? I mean, they are rich teams with big budgets.
Absolutely.
Now they are second and fourth as we stand. So, what is your idea of them?
I think they're two of the strongest teams in EuroLeague this year. I wouldn't be surprised to see both of them in the Final Four again. And this is what I was saying about which team has impressed me. Both of those teams I expected to be good, and they're playing great basketball. Different styles, but both playing very well. They play with they have this aura. They play with a lot of confidence. They know that they're capable of winning every game they're expected to. And I think both teams have very strong cores and strong foundations to be together and to win in tough moments of the season. And that, at the end of the day, goes a really long way.
Charlie, τέλος.
Να αφήνουμε. Ναι.
Βεβαίως. Okay. John, thank you very much.
All good?
Here for you and your family.
Thank you too.
Friends, thank you. You have been very supportive and very helpful.
Okay, I'm glad I get help. Thank you for having me.
Είχαν καλά όλοι όσοι μας είδατε. Καλή χρονιά, καλή συνέχεια στο ό,τι κάνατε. Γεια σας.